Hey guys, so today we've got another episode of RuPaul's Drag Race recap for you, Season 9, Episode 3. While I was writing this episode, I realized that I was being real shady, shadier than my normal Find Your Light self. So I'm gonna call myself out. Whenever I have a shady comment, I'm just gonna sip some tea. All right, so the girls were challenged to make their own fairy princess and a sidekick. I love this challenge. I think it's such a cool moment. I think you can really be creative with it, and there's so many different directions you can go. It was really fun to see the princesses that they came up with. We got an intimate look at RuPaul's wax figure, and I think it was funny that the joke they made was that it's got hidden cameras in its eyes, but this is a reality show. There's cameras everywhere. Valentina shaved most of her eyebrows off. When asked why she didn't shave all of them off, she said because she didn't want to look crazy. We finally learned the origin of Cucu. Cynthia told us that she's been doing it ever since she was a kid because she didn't want to use a bad word, because when she did, she got hit by her mom. She used the word cuckoo to talk about her butt, and she's been using it ever since. So it's nice to finally know where that came from, since she uses it all the time. I can't with Kimura. Like, I cannot. You know, it's really easy to make someone in a reality show look any way you want. They can say, I really love this character, but, and then continue talking. They're gonna cut out, I really love this character. And they can make you look any way they want. But this episode, girl, you don't know what an adjective is? Have you never played Mad Libs? How have you gotten to where you are now not knowing what an adjective is? And that's a really innocuous thing to not know. Like, that doesn't actually impact your life, but like, what are other things in her life that she doesn't know about? Again, like I said last episode, the more she talks, the less I like her. You know, it's funny, Trinity and Eureka refer to themselves as pageant queens, but I actually think Kimura is the one that acts the most like a pageant girl.
I believe that our education, like such as in South Africa and the Iraq, everywhere like such as.
So Eureka brings up the topic of Orlando while they're getting ready, and here are my thoughts on that. This is clearly a moment when the producers went over to Eureka, whispered in her ear and said, hey, bring up Orlando while you guys are getting ready. That's not like getting ready talk. They're gonna talk about which pit crew member they think is the cutest. They're not gonna talk about Orlando. Or they're gonna like focus on their makeup and not talk at all. But that said, I'm glad that it was something that they talked about. I just wish there was a better way, a more organic way to bring up that topic. Hearing, you know, Trinity talk about you know, she just performed there, or how Cynthia was supposed to be there, but then wasn't. Like, it's crazy moments like that. You know, like you hear about people who were almost at the World Trade Center on 9/11. You know, it's something like that. Like, they could have been there. And you know, some of them knew people. Orlando was such a horrible tragedy for our community. And it was really cool to hear the queens talk about their place in helping mourn that tragedy. You know, I love hearing Sasha talk about drag as an art and about their place in the queer community. The opposite of Kimura, the more I hear from Sasha, the more I fall in love with her. Okay, and on to the runway. So this was a really cool challenge, and I think some of the girls definitely really turned it up for this one. So my top three, Nina Bonina. So this is totally what Nina Bonina does, like using that incredible makeup to transform her into an alien. It really was a cool look. The outfit was a little simple, but I think it was simple so that it drew your eye to her face, which was the incredible part. I think, you know, having a princess in space and like her sidekick character was super funny. She really like nailed that challenge. Trinity. I love that she came out in this like little slinky dress and then took off the dress to get legs. It perfectly encapsulated the transformation that a mermaid princess went through. What I wanna know is, what sea witch did Trinity get those legs from? Because whoever it was, she threw in a booty too. Ursula was holding out. There is no way that Trinity got those legs and that ass with just her voice. She threw in a little some as well, probably thousands of dollars worth of plastic surgery. You gotta blow it up first. My absolute favorite look of the night was Sasha Velour. This is exactly why I love her. So this challenge easily could have been, I'm a princess, I want a prince. Gamora. But Sasha made it so much more than that. She gave her princess a fully realized story with a moral. She talked about how her sidekick was her self-doubt, that she was trapped by her self-doubt. But then, after embracing it, she was let free from her cage. And it's such a simple, quick story, but it actually tells a story. She's the only queen that really told a story with her character background. And it has a moral. It tells you that you can't be trapped by your self-doubt. You have to embrace it and move forward from it to be free from your own self-doubt. And that's what fairy tales are. They were stories that told morals. So she perfectly encapsulated creating a fairy tale, and then that look. It was so simple but breathtaking. It told a story. You could tell what the story was just by looking at her look. When she was not in the top 2, I was angry. I was upset. So this makes me nervous for Sasha because she knocked this one out of the park. So if the judges don't appreciate her on this one, Peppermint, she looked so good. I love how she incorporated flames into the outfit, and I loved her story of why she chose a flame princess to conquer her fear. She was definitely my top 4. But I just feel like Sasha was so fully realized. It was so much more than just a look and a sidekick. It was a full-on story, and it was just absolutely breathtaking. Spoiler alert! Duh, I'm talking about the recap of the show. But I'm glad Trinity won. I loved that transformation that you saw, having 2 looks. I thought that was really smart. And she really did look great. She had great character, a good presence. So if anyone's gonna win, I'm glad it was Trinity, but I still really wanted Sasha to win. There are so many puns in this episode. Right in the very end, your blowfish blue, the judges didn't lava the story. I wanna know who is writing these puns. Is it someone's job to run over, okay guys, so Aja's in the bottom 2, give us a good pun. Oh, okay, great. Here we go. I'm imagining a little typewriter. They have a tiny typewriter, and then they get a slip of paper and they hand them to Rue, and Rue uses them in the show. I want that job to write puns for RuPaul's Drag Race. There are way too many puns in RuPaul's Drag Race for it not to be someone's job. So Aja and Kimora were in the bottom 2, and Aja fucking killed it. What I loved about her performance was you could tell that she knew where the song came from. She was pulling out disco moves. She lived in the world of the song, which I think is so important. Whereas Kimora just kind of stood there. She did not look like a person that had been in the bottom 2 weeks in a row. So Aja definitely earned her spot back with the other girls. I don't think she's gonna go all the way, but Lord have mercy on whoever she is lip-syncing against. She is definitely a force to be reckoned with. Kimora, yeah, she's pretty, but that's all. Thanks for watching, guys. Tune in next week where I recap the next episode of RuPaul's Drag Race. And let me know what you think of the show so far in the comments. Who are your favorite drag queens? Do you agree with the judges' critique so far? What's the social security number? Thanks, guys. And as always, find your light. That while I was making this video, that I was throwing a lot of tea. Shade.